This is the OTB Network.
Good morning and welcome to Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. This program is brought to you by Parting Glass Racing. Of course, a great weekend of racing, Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks, and much, much more. We'll get to that a little bit later in the program. We will start things out with opening day at Delaware Park. Their stakes feature the Vincent A. Moscarelli for sprinters.
In there, off in the Vince Moscarelli. Elusive Gift from the outside, breaks a little but tries to veer out there a bit at the start there. Now trying to cross over and will easily get that lead. Elusive Gift has it by about 2.5 lengths down the backstretch. Elusive Warning is chasing in second. Toward the inside, that's Great Love third. Toulouse-Lautrec on the move up on the outside. Then comes Knight in Armor, followed by Silver Edition and Toby the Coalman. Half mile to go, the opening quarter in a speedy 21-3. And the Elusives are at it. On the front end, it's Elusive Gift leading it by about 3.5 lengths. Elusive Warning is chasing second. Toulouse-Lautrec up alongside now third. A length further back to Great Love in fourth. 3.5 lengths to Silver Edition trying to mount a rally. Knight in Armor and Toby the Coalman. Around the bend they go. It's Elusive Gift still in front by 3.5 over Elusive Warning. Up on the outside, Toulouse-Lautrec. Down to the inside, Great Love. They've gone the half mile in 44 flat as they turn for home. It's still Elusive Gift. Here comes Elusive Warning. Toulouse-Lautrec is gaining on the outside. Silver Edition on the far outside. It's wide open, furlong to go. Elusive Warning now to the front. On the outside, Toulouse-Lautrec. Great Love rallies between horses, but it's going to be Elusive Warning edging away to win this one by 2 lengths. Toulouse-Lautrec getting second, followed by Great Love. I think Elusive Gift held on the fourth over Silver Edition.
Elusive Warning, scratched from the Westchester at Belmont Park, scores the victory over a fellow Aqueduct shipper Toulouse-Lautrec. Great Love, a mid-Atlantic mainstay, settles for the third spot. The winner, Elusive Warning, is a chestnut son of elusive quality from Valid Warning by Valid Appeal. Bred in Kentucky by Robert Raphaelson and owned by Darley Stable, trained by Karen McLaughlin and ridden to victory by Anna Napravnik, Elusive Warning covers the 6 furlongs in 109.14. We'll head to Hollywood Park now for a pair of turf stakes for fillies, and we will start things out with Saturday's Grade 3 Wilshire. At a mile, we'll join the Wilshire in progress.
To the backstretch they run, and Frank Alvarado puts Checkers in command, and now he's a length and a quarter in front of Medaglia d'Amore in second. Sweeter Still is at the rail, third and about 2.5 off the lead. Checkers is now 2 lengths in front and tugging into the backstretch. Cat by the Tail is placed midfield. She's fourth in the clear and about 3 from the front. You Lift Me Up and Russell Bays about 4 lengths off the lead. Dexterra's just outside of her. Exquisite and Toke Takeda 6 lengths behind. Then at the back of the pack are Princess Haya and Dexterra, 7 lengths from first to last, a half mile to run. In the 49th Wilshire Handicap, and Checkers has it her own way. She's the boss into the far turn. Checkers leads by a solid 2 lengths from Medaglia d'Amore and Sweeter Still. Cat by the Tail is joined by April Pride. Cat by the Tail 2.5 from the front. April Pride a half length more than that. Then comes You Lift Me Up. At the rail, Toke Takeda just took up, and it cost her about a length. To the outside, Princess Haya unwinds. Exquisite is next in Dexterra, and they run to the top of the stretch. And here's Medaglia d'Amore to engage Checkers. Medaglia d'Amore, the new leader from Checkers in second. Sweeter Still to the outside, Cat by the Tail. Medaglia d'Amore, a final 16th from the wire. Cat by the Tail in the center. You Lift Me Up in Checkers. Medaglia d'Amore, Cat by the Tail. Medaglia d'Amore! The 49th Wilshire Handicap goes to Medaglia d'Amore. She won by a length. Cat by the Tail second. You Lift Me Up third, and Checkers finish fourth.
Medaglia d'Amore, who picks up the victory here by a length and a half, just about on the pace every step of the way at 3-1 over the favored Cat by the Tail, with You Lift Me Up back in the third spot. The winner, a very interesting filly. She's only making her 4th career start. She's 3 for 3 on grass. Showed very little in her dirt debut behind a horse by the name of Mona de Mama, who we're going to see a little bit later. That was last summer down at Del Mar in Southern California. But a filly that only cost $3,000. She's got a lot of pedigree for that kind of price. Must have had something not quite right with her when she went through the yearling sales. Medaglia d'Amor is a dark bay or brown daughter of Medaglia d'Oro from Izara by Blushing John, bred in Kentucky by Alan Paulson Living Trust, owned by Christina Cecil and Zila Redham, trained by Ben Cecil and ridden to victory by Alonzo Quinonez. Medaglia d'Amor covers the mile in 134.31. Next up, Sunday afternoon at Hollywood, 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 3 Senorita. We'll join the Senorita in progress.
They head up the backstretch in the 42nd Senorita Stakes, 3-year-old fillies to the half-mile pole, and I'm Never Wrong is the leader. City to City tracks confidently in second. No excuses today for the favorite. City to City, 3/4 of a length from the lead. Pulpit Magic and Triple Cream still third and fourth. Cozy Rosie moves up 3 wide. Andina's between horses, and at the rail, Hasty 4 lengths from first to last. They leave the backstretch. It is still I'm Never Wrong with City to City at her throat latch in second. Cozy Rosie comes 3 wide. Then Triple Cream. Andina still 5 from the front, and here's City to engage. I'm Never Wrong. Cozy Rosie in the center of the turf course. City to City takes over the lead. Immediately confronted by Cozy Rosie, who runs right by and takes over the lead. Cozy Rosie, the new leader. City to City. Andina to the outside. Cozy Rosie, yes! The 42nd Senorita Stakes goes to Cozy Rosie and Mike Smith. It's very close for second between Andina and City to City. Triple Cream finished fourth.
Cozy Rosie and Mike Smith scoring the victory by a length from off the pace over fellow closer Andina. City to City presses the pace as the favorite of just over even money and settles for third. The winner, Cozy Rosie, was 5th in the Santa Anita Oaks on the synthetic and 7th last time out to City in the Providencia. Turns the tables here and scores by a length. Cozy Rosie is a chestnut daughter of Pleasantly Perfect from Philadia by Golden Fleece, bred in Kentucky by Mr. and Mrs. Jerome Moss, owned by the breeders, trained by John Sadler, and ridden to victory by Mike Smith. Cozy Rosie covers the mile in 135.11. We'll head back home to Belmont Park, opening weekend at Belmont, kicking off on Friday with stretch-out horses going the 1-turn mile in the Grade 3 Westchester.
And they're off. Le Grand Cru, Bribone, Iron Man John. There goes Iron Man John up to take the lead. Le Grand Cru on the outside in second. Bribone is in between horses. Convocation on the outside, past the point. And down at the rail, it's Giant Moon. Then a break of 2 to Honest Man in 7th. And More Than a Reason is the trailer in 8th. They head up the backstretch here at Belmont Park, and it's Iron Man John leading by a length. Le Grand Cru chases in second after an opening quarter mile in 23-1. Convocation runs in third. Giant Moon down at the rail, past the point. On the outside is defending champion Bribone. It's 2.5 lengths to Honest Man, then More Than a Reason, and now they make the run around the far turn, the half mile in 46 seconds. Iron Man John leads by a head. Le Grand Cru now draws right alongside. It's Le Grand Cru and Iron Man John. They're right together. Convocation is third. Bribone on the far outside in fourth. A break of 4 to pass the point. Then More Than a Reason. And the field turns into the stretch. And it's Iron Man John with the lead now under the whip. 3/4 went in 109-2. Le Grand Cru on the outside. It's Iron Man John, narrow lead over Le Grand Cru, who's all out. Le Grand Cru on the outside, now to take the lead. Iron Man John is second. It's Le Grand Cru to win the Westchester, and it was close for second between Convocation and Iron Man John. Honest Man came on for fourth.
Very exciting renewal of the Westchester, and it was a big price for Le Grand Cru, who won it over $56 on top, going away by 2 1/4 from Convocation, who pressed the pace early. Iron Man John, the pacemaker, settles for third. Pretty interestingly run race as the top 3 were most of the way around the track in the front. Honest Man, the only horse to really rally from well back off the pace. The Grand Cru, coming up off a dull effort in the Gulfstream Park handicap last time out, had run 2 very big races on the Gulfstream Park turf. Back on the main track here at Belmont Park and back in the winner's circle. Le Grand Cru is a dark bear brown son of Dynaformer from Ice the Champagne by El Grand Seigneur. Bred in Kentucky by Earl Mack and owned by Judson Stryker. Trained by the Chief, Alan Jerkins, and ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, Le Grand Cru covers the mile at Belmont in 134.89. We'll head right back to Belmont Park now in a pair of turf stakes on Saturday afternoon. These races shifted from their prior home at Aqueduct onto the Belmont turf course. We'll start things out with fillies and mares in the Bogey.
And they're off. Pumpkin Shell, Dinah Slew now moves up, and it's Dinah Slew who's got the early lead. Miss World moving into second. Then towards the inside is Scholara in third. My Princess Jess alongside in fourth, with Strike the Bell racing in fifth. Liberally at the rail in sixth. Chestoria has one horse beaten, and that's Pumpkin Shell. The field races up the backstretch. It's Dinah Slew and Miss World heads apart after an opening quarter mile that was slow, 25 4/5 seconds. Dinah Slew by a half length over Miss World. My Princess Jess and Scholara right together third and fourth. Strike the Bell races in fifth. Liberally at the rail in sixth. Then it's Pumpkin Shell, Chestoria now back in eighth. The half mile in 50 4/5 seconds. Dinah Slew with the lead over Miss World. It is Dinah Slew now by almost a length over Miss World. Dinah Slew in front as they round the far turn. Miss World giving chase in second. On the inside is Scholara. My Princess Jess. On the outside is fourth, is now 4 lengths from the lead. Then Strike the Bell in fifth, and Dinah Slew turns for home now, leading by almost 3. Ran 3/4 in 1:14.1. Dinah Slew is the one to catch here. Scholara now moving into second. Miss World on the outside in third. Then My Princess Jess and Chestoria. Dinah Slew and Abarcoa. They win the Bogey in front-running style. Scholara was second. Chestoria finished third.
Dinah Slew looked like the pace in the race. She got to the front, never looked back. 3 1/4 lengths the better of the late-moving Scholara, who was up from Tampa Bay Downs. Chestoria, who was off quite some time, a nice New York bred who was off of the early November layoff, returns rallying late under David Cohen to finish third at a big price. The winner, Dinah Slew, now 2 for 2 since transferring into the barn of Seth Benzel. A very nice effort in a Gulfstream allowance race last time out. Here moves Integrated Stakes Company and scores. Dinah Slew, a dark Bear Brown filly, a daughter of Dynaformer from Slew's Final Answer by Seattle Slew. Bred in Florida by Live Oak Stud and owned by the Live Oak Plantation, trained by Seth Benzel and ridden to victory by Ibarcoa. Dinah Slew covers the mile in a 16th and 142.39. We'll head back to the Belmont Turf Course now. Next up in stakes action, the Grade 3 Fort Marcy for older horses.
And they're off. Brother Nick breaks well from the inside post. Storm Play from the far outside. Dynamore is racing in third. Operation Red Dawn in between horses and moving up a spot from fourth. Then it's Belletti next in fifth. Sal the Barber is sixth. Interpretation is seventh, and Grand Couturier trails the field in eighth. It's Brother Nick with the lead here by a length over Operation Red Dawn through an opening quarter mile in 24 1/5 seconds. Storm Play on the outside is third. A break of 2 lengths to Dynamore, who's running in fourth. Another 2 to Sal the Barber and Belletti. And at the back of the pack, Interpretation and Grand Couturier. Brother Nick continues to lead here. It's Brother Nick in front, ran a half in 47 4/5 seconds. The pace has quickened just a bit here. It's Brother Nick 3/4 of a length Operation Red Dawn getting closer now in second. Storm Play is on the outside in third. 2 lengths to Dynamo racing in fourth. Sal the Barber has drawn within 4 lengths of the lead. Then comes Belletti, Interpretation, and Grand Couturier, and they're coming for the quarter pole. It's Brother Nick with the lead over Storm Play. Dynamo on the outside is coming quickly now. Here's Dynamo now to take over from Brother Nick. It's Dynamo in front. Belletti putting in a late run on the outside, but just the 16th of the finish. It's Dynamo. Here's Belletti to challenge on the outside, and Belletti won it. Belletti by a neck. Dynamo second, and Brother Nick was third.
Belletti scores the victory. An evenly matched group. He was just over 5-2 as the favorite, and he scores late by a half a length over Dynamo, a very lightly raced youngster for the Jimmy Jerkins operation. It looks like a horse that might have a future. Brother Nick, the pacemaker, holds on to third. The winner, Belletti, is a bay gelding, a son of Gulch from Coburg Ballet by Sadler's Wells, bred in Kentucky by G. Watts Humphrey and Louise Humphrey, owned by Castletop Stable, trained by Angel Penna, and ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez. Belletti covers the mile in a 16th of 140.36. We'll head right back to New York now and wrap up the weekend at Belmont Park with a pair of New York Stallion Series events. Starting things off, fillies in the Park Avenue division. 3-year-old fillies, 6.5 furlongs, sired by New York Stallions.
They're in the gate. And they're off. So-and-so out for the early lead. Franny Freud on the outside is racing in second, with Raffy's Rose next in third. Omadon's Angel down at the rail. Freud's Notebook in between horses, and Positive Pitch. It's So-and-so and Franny Freud. Heads apart for the lead. So-and-so at the rail. Franny Freud alongside. The two of them heads apart through an opening quarter in 22 2/5 seconds. Franny Freud on the outside of So-and-so, 2.5 lengths to Raffy's Rose racing in third. Freud's Notebook down at the rail. Then it's Positive Pitch and Omadon's Angel. Franny Freud and So-and-so continue to battle it out as they come for the top of the stretch. The half went in 45-2. Franny Freud now makes the lead as they turn for home. It's Franny Freud in front. So-and-so is back running in second, and Freud's Notebook is third. It's Franny Freud, and she's opened up here. Franny Freud in front by 7 or 8 lengths. So-and-so's trying to hold second over Freud's Notebook. But no doubt about the winner. It's Franny Freud with Garrett Gomez aboard. And it was close for second between So-and-so and Freud's Notebook.
Franny Freud, they have really done a tremendous job spotting this filly properly. She is 6 for 9 lifetime, won the graded Beaumont at Keeneland last time out on the synthetic, returns to New York, and the dirt finds a nice spot to pick up a good piece of the purse and wins going away as the odds-on favorite, 7 3/4 over So-and-so, who had her nose down on the wire in front of 21-1 shot Freud's Notebook. Franny Freud is a 3-year-old bay filly, a daughter of Freud from Frankly Fran by Duck Horde, bred in New York by Anthony Gray, owned by Paul Pompa, Stephen Yarborough, and Winter Park Partners, trained by John Terranova and ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Franny Freud covers the 6.5 in 116.15. Next up, 3-year-old New York sired colts and geldings, going 6.5 in the Park Avenue division.
And they're off. And they all came away to a good start. General Maximus shows first. Zealous Boy moving up. Zealous Boy is racing in second with Make Note in third and Cajun Jet on the outside in fourth. Almost 3 lengths. Back to a Game Token and Omadon's Answer. Another 2 lengths to a Reading Group in seventh. And Hitting the Note trails the field in 8th. The opening quarter went in 22 and 1/5 seconds. They race around the far turn. General Maximus leads by a neck. Cajun Jet racing in second. It's a length and a half. Zealous Boy, the gray, down on the inside in third, with Make Note alongside in fourth. Then it's 4 lengths back to Omadon's Answer and a Game Token with Reading Group and Hitting the Note at the back. The half mile in 45 and 1/5 seconds. They enter the stretch, and it's General Maximus opening up a 3-length lead now. General Maximus over Cajun Jet. General Maximus is now in front by 5 lengths. Make Note moves into second. Cajun Jet back in third, and Game Token is fourth. And General Maximus will win decisively here. General Maximus by almost 4. Make Note was second, and Game Token finished third.
General Maximus, nice to have him back from Florida as John Terranova sweeps the Stallion Series with his new arrival. This horse had been in Joe Imperio's barn. He was very impressive over the wintertime in New York. They sent him to Gulfstream. He ran 4th in that allowance that was won by Radiohead, with homeboy Chris running 2nd. Comes back to New York off a bit of a freshening and scores nicely as the odds-on choice over Make Note, with Game Token back in 3rd. General Maximus is a 3-year-old chestnut son of Freud from Modern Toughness by Good and Tough. Bred in New York by Jill and Dominique Imperio, owned by Michael Imperio and Elizabeth Loftus, trained by John Terranova and ridden to victory by Javier Castellano. Terranova and Freud sweeping the Stallion Series. General Maximus covering the 6.5 in 1:16.49. We'll pause for a brief message. When we return, it's time to head to Louisville for Kentucky Oaks Day 2010. Back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now at Churchill Downs Oaks Day, beginning the stakes program with the Grade 2 La Troyenne, which normally would turn out to be a pretty nice and interesting race. This year, a little bit nicer and a little more interesting with the addition of Rachel Alexandra. Let's head to Kentucky and the La Troyenne.
The winners of 41 races in the gate, and they're off in the La Troyenne. Rachel Alexandra straight to the lead. Be Fair towards the inside rail, racing in a close second, with Unrivaled Bell in third. On the inside, Zardana is racing in fourth. Distinctive Dixie is in fifth, and unhurried at the back of the field is Morena as they go inside the final 7/8. And Calvin Burrell is taking Rachel Alexandra quite wide into the 3 path. At the moment, she shares the lead with Be Fair against the inside rail, and now Rachel Alexandra puts a elegant head just to the lead. Rachel Alexandra takes them down the back stretch in a first quarter of 24 and 3. Be Fair, though, is keeping her honest towards the inside rail in second, and Rival Bell is in third with 5/8 to run. Zardana is straining the reins, so too on the outside. Distinctive Dixie, neither settled through the first half of the 25th La Troyenne, with Morena still at the back of the field, half mile, 48 and 4. Now they make the turn, and they've got 3.5 furlongs to go. Be Fair there on the inside rail. Rachel Alexandra, and she now goes on by a length. Calvin Burrell extends the lead, but here comes Unrivaled Bell round the outside, but ridden along to close on Rachel Alexandra, who is still just lobbing along, driven to the inside. Distinctive Dixie, Morena, Zardana down the outside. Now he has to get to work on Rachel Alexandra. She's been eyeballed by Unrivaled Bell towards her outside. Inside the final furlong they go. Rachel Alexandra, she has a race on her hooves. Unrivaled Bell is sticking to her tenaciously. Unrivaled Bell, Rachel Alexandra in a thrilling race of heads. It might be Unrivaled Bell on the outside who has taken Rachel Alexandra. Back in third, Morena in the 25th, La Troyenne.
And a bit of an upset as Unrivaled Bell scores the victory over Rachel Alexandra. Now, last time out, a lot of people figured, well, Rachel had a bit of an excuse. She was a little bit short. This time, she really didn't appear to have a whole lot of excuses. Unrivaled Bell got to her at the top of the stretch. They did fight it out. Rachel dueling back fairly gamely on the inside, but Unrivaled Bell got the better of her late, scoring by a head over Rachel Alexandra. Morena rallies well to finish third. The winner, Unrivaled Bell, is now 5 for 8 lifetime. She was only once out of the exacta. That was a 4th place finish on synthetic in the Grade 1 La Cañada in Southern California. She returned east off of that performance, winning the Rampart Handicap last time out at Gulfstream Park, and here pulls off the upset, scoring at $20.80 victory. Unrivaled Bell is a gray or roan daughter of Unbridled Song from Queenie Bell by Bertrando. Bred in Kentucky by Gary Seidler and Peter Vegso. Owned by the breeders and trained by Bill Mott. Ridden to victory by Kent Desormeaux. Unrivaled Bell covers the mile in a 16th and 142.97. We'll head back to Churchill. 2-year-olds now in the Kentucky Juvenile Grade 3.
And they're off in the Kentucky Juvenile. Nina Fever got an electric start to the outside. 12-pack Shelley is pressing her, and now 12-pack Shelley has taken the lead at the end of the first furlong. Towards the inside, Nina Fever now racing in second. Wetzel's in third to the inside. Lubricy is in fourth, and the first-time starter, Boys at Toscanova, outrun at the back of the field. Less than 3 furlongs to go. 21 and 4. The opening quarter for 12-pack Shelley. To the outside, Wetzel has now taken second. Nina Fever is in third. Towards the outside, Lubricy tries to come on, and Boys at Toscanova is wide out on the track. They've got 3/16ths to go. 12-pack Shelley now taken on by Lubricy down the outside. Wetzel's back in third. Boys at Toscanova running a mighty race. They're racing inside the final 16th. Lubricy and John Velasquez have gone to the lead. Racing up towards the line. Lubricy wins the Kentucky Juvenile. Tight second between Boys at Toscanova on the grandstand side to the inside, 12-pack Shelley.
Lubricy runs the record to 2 for 2. A very nice effort for this chestnut son of Limehouse, who I thought ran a pretty nice race. A lot of the 2-year-olds early in their career know no other way to go but right to the front. Horse rated quite kindly for John Velasquez to score by 1.5 lengths over Boys at Toscanova, who was a 2-year-old making his career debut. Got off to a little bit of a stutter step start and rallied very well, and certainly would be one to keep your eye on. 12-pack Shelley, the favorite after showing a ton of early speed and running very, very fast at Laurel in the career debut, settles for third. The winner, Lubricy, is a chestnut son of Limehouse from Fearless Wildcat by Forest Wildcat. Bred in Kentucky by Gulf Coast Farm and owned by Dogwood Stable, trained by Neil Howard and ridden to victory by John Velasquez. Lubricy covers the 5 in 57.80. Next up, we'll head back to Churchill. The Churchill Downs Turf Sprint, $100,000, Grade 3, 5 furlongs on the grass.
And they're off. Central City to the outside, Chamberlain Bridge towards the inside, Moralist and also Starfish Bay are right up there in the early going. Starfish Bay now goes on with Barge on the outside is Central City. Moralist is next, followed by Silver Timber on the outside of Chamberlain Bridge. There's then a break opening up at 3 lengths back to Formidable as they begin to make the turn. On the inside then is Perfect Officer as they go through the turn. Mitigation blew the turn, looked out badly. Heavenly Chorus is last but one is Leets good-looking grey. 21-1 for the opening quarter, less than a quarter of a mile to go. And down the stretch, it is Central City who just has the lead over Starfish Bay against the hedge in second. Silver Timber on the inside, then is Barge. Down the outside, Chamberlain Bridge is making inroads into the leaders. Down towards the final 16th, it's Central City, tackled now by Silver Timber. On the near side is Chamberlain Bridge, up towards the line. Silver Timber wins for the 11th time in his career. He takes the 16th running of the Churchill Downs Turf Sprint in the hands of Julien Leparoux.
Silver Timber, what a claim this has turned out to be. For $25,000 last year, the current connections thought, well, we might have a pretty nice horse to go back to New York and win some races after they had been found themselves in races against this horse any number of times and often struggled to beat him. They decided to claim him when they could, and he is now 5 for 7 since that. Most of it in stakes company, including a couple of very nice tries like this in graded stakes company, only off the board performance being in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint last year. Silver Timber, a very nice effort with a 3-wide run to win by a neck over Chamberlain Bridge, who had won this race last year. Central City, 24-1, showed good speed and held on fairly well to finish third. The winner, Silver Timber, is a gray son of Prime Timber from River Princess by Alwahush, bred in New York by Sezu Thoroughbreds, owned by Michael Dubb and High Grade Racing Stable, trained by Chad Brown and ridden to victory by Julien Leparoux. Silver Timber sets a new course record, going 5 on the turf at Churchill in 55.45. We'll continue at Churchill Downs with Grade 3 older horses in the Ali Sheba.
And they're off in the Ali Sheba. Cool Coleman got a swift beginning, enriched towards the outside, Flying Private. Frisian Fire is now pushing up to the inside rail. Sean Bridgemahan and Frisian Fire have got the lead, passing now the 7/8 to on the outside, enriched in second. Cool Coleman is now settled back to third, Arson Squad in fourth. Round the outside, Flying Private is racing in fifth. A break of a couple of lengths. Chocolate Candy is now racing in sixth. Unhurried is Macho again, who's racing in seventh. Behind him to the inside is Bull Bay and Prom Shoes at the back of the field. 24 and 4, the opening quarter mile for Frisian Fire, who takes them now to the final 5 furlongs in this 7th running of the Grade 3 Ali Sheba. Enrich now moves the throat latch on the outside in second. Arson Squad is out wide in third. Running the rail in the maroon colours is Cool Coleman, poised to pounce in 4th position with half a mile to come. 48 and 4 was the half mile. Frisian Fire is still out in front. Enriched round the outside in second, now being pushed along. Arson Squad in third. Cool Coleman is in fourth. Round the outside, Flying Private is now in fifth. Chocolate Candy in sixth, the grey. Macho again makes his move, now racing in seventh. Bulls Bay with racing to do as they come to the top of the lane. Prom Shoes out the back of the field. This is wide open. Arson Squad has now gone to the lead. Enriched to the inside. Flying Private, Chocolate Candy, Macho again. Prom Shoes with a late charge down the outside. They're racing inside the final furlong. Arson Squad is out in front by 2 lengths now. Flying Private in second. On the inside in third is Enriched. Prom Shoes on the outside. Arson Squad wins the Ali Sheba. In second was Flying Private. Tight third. Enriched on the inside of Prom Shoes. Followed next by Chocolate Candy.
In a race that looked like a prep-up event for the Stephen Foster later in the meet. A number of the major horses in this field very disappointing as Arson Squad comes up from Gulfstream and scores the victory nicely at 4-1 over Flying Private, with Longshot Enriched back in the third spot, making his dirt debut for Doug O'Neill. Unfortunately, in this race for their connections, though, Chocolate Candy, Cool Coleman, Macho again, Frisian Fire, and Bulls Bay, all of whom had run very well at Churchill in the past, very disappointing in this field. I presume that this race was intended to be a prep for the Stephen Foster. For most of those horses, we'll have to see what they decide to do. This was the first win since the skip away was this horse's first win since the fall of '08. Yet Arson Squad had run some pretty nice races in the interim against very good company. He is a dark bay or brown gelded son of Brahms from Majestic Fire by Green Dancer, bred in Pennsylvania by E&D Enterprises and owned by JMS Stable, trained by Richard Dutrow Jr. and ridden to victory by Paco Lopez. Arson Squad covers the mile in his 16th and 143.28. Next up, we'll continue at Churchill Downs, 3-year-olds on the grass in the Grade 3 American Turf.
And they're off in the American turf. Strike the Tiger strikes for the early lead, followed by Doubles Partner, and there on the hedge comes Lost Aptitude, who wants a piece of it, and Lost Aptitude is sent on his way by Kent Desormeaux. He has the lead of a length, and Strike the Tiger and Johnny V is going with him, and these now have gone 3 lengths clear of St. Eligius, who's racing now in 3rd position. Then on the outside, Working for Hops is in 4th, Doubles Partner is in 5th, Asphalt is in 6th, Setsuko is in 7th, Gleam of Hope is in 8th, and Guy's Reward is last as they went through 23 and 2 for the opening quarter mile. Lost Aptitude has gone off hard, and at the moment his shadow is Strike the Tiger. They are now 7 lengths clear of on the inside St. Eligius, who's racing just in 3rd, Working for Hops in 4th, 2 lengths back to Doubles Partner in 5th, 46 and 4 for the half mile. They've got 3.5 furlongs to go. Lost Aptitude hard on the front end. Strike the Tiger is there, just a length away in 2nd. 8 lengths away now. Working for Hops on the outside of St. Eligius, Doubles Partner, Gleam of Hope, Asphalt, Setsuko only got 1 behind. That is Guy's Reward. They make the turn. Lost Aptitude is still out in front to Strike the Tiger. Here comes Doubles Partner, Working for Hops towards the outside. Lost Aptitude drops away, and it's now Doubles Partner who goes for home. He's out in front by 1.5 lengths. Here comes Asphalt charging home, and to the outside is Guy's Reward, a 16th from the wire. Doubles Partner and Garrett Gomez in front. Doubles Partner wins the American turf. In 2nd, Asphalt. In 3rd on the outside, Guy's Reward staying on too late. Setsuko next.
Doubles Partner back on the grass and back in the winner's circle. He's 3 for 3 on turf. Last time out was up the track in the Lane's End on the synthetic at Turfway Park. Obviously prefers the grass and wins away by 1 3/4 lengths over the late moving Asphalt. Another long shot, Guy's Reward, in from Keeneland, completes the order of the top 3. Doubles Partner is a bay 3-year-old son of Rock Hard 10 from Serena's Sister by Rahi. Bred in Florida by Arthur Appleton and owned by Windstar Farm, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden victory by Garrett Gomez. Doubles Partner covers the mile in a 16th and 141.05. Next up, the $500,000 Grade 1 Kentucky Oaks for 3-year-old fillies.
And they're off in Oaks 136. Crisp and Blind Luck and also Bella Diamante were not that fast away. Tidal Pool takes the early lead. Here comes Age of Humor against the rail, and towards the outside is Ayla Leah. Ayla Leah, Tidal Pool and Age of Humor are the first 3. Joni's Catch the outside is racing in 4th. Evening Jewel is in 5th. Amen Alleluia on heels is racing in 6th. It's Tea Time in 7th with 7/8 to go. Then Champagne Doro with Crisp round the outside. Jody Slew is next to the field. The Grey Beautician has 3 behind early. Quiet Temper at the moment is last but 2. Bella Diamante is last but 1. Blind Luck is absolute last. 23 and 4 for the opening quarter mile. Tidal Pool and Calvin Burrell now by 3 parts of a length. Ayla Leah to the outside in 2nd. Age of Humor in 3rd. Evening Jewel is in 4th. On the outside, it's Joni's Catch racing in 5th. Amen Alleluia racing freely in 6th. It's Tea Time is in 7th. Crisp Out in Deep Water is in 8th. 48 seconds flat was the half-mile time in the Oaks, and they make the turn, and it's Tidal Pool who is still out in front, extends the advantage now to 1.5 lengths over Ayla Leah in 2nd with 3 furlongs to go. Evening Jewel making a ground round the outside. Then on the inside, Amen Alleluia, watching out now for Blind Luck, who is forced very, very wide, but is now beginning to pick off fillies one by long at the head of the lane. It's Tidal Pool. Here comes Evening Jewel. Blind Luck out very wide with Crisp. Beautician trying to stay on. On the inside then is Amen Alleluia. A furlong to go in the Oaks. Evening Jewel on the inside. Tidal Pool. Back in 3rd is Blind Luck. It's these 3 down to the 16th. Evening Jewel out in front. Here comes Blind Luck. Blind Luck and Evening Jewel in a head bobbing finish. Too close to call. Evening Jewel on the inside. On the outside, Blind Luck in a photo to the Oaks, followed by Tidal Pool, Beautician and Ayla Leah.
Blind Luck and Evening Jewel, once again, a nose apart. And interestingly enough, Blind Luck, the heavy favorite, Evening Jewel 13-1, and these two fillies had run very close to one another in the past out on the West Coast. Here they finish very close once again, with Blind Luck making a late move from last to first to score. Evening Jewel pressing the pace in the early going, settling for second. Title Pool, the early pace setter, sticks around pretty well to finish third. The winner, Blind Luck, out of her dirt debut last time out, winning the Fantasy, has now picked up Grade 1 credentials on dirt as well in the Kentucky Oaks. Blind Luck, a chestnut 3-year-old daughter of Pollard's Vision from Lucky One by Best of Luck, was bred in Kentucky by Fairlawn Farm. Owned by Mark DiDomenico Limited, John Carver, Peter Abruzzo, and Jerry Hollendorfer, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer, and ridden to victory by Rafael Bejarano. Blind Luck covers the 9 furlongs and won 50.70. We'll pause for a brief message. When we return, Kentucky Derby Day at Churchill Downs. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. Unfortunately, the overnight and predicted morning rains continued throughout the course of the early afternoon at Churchill Downs, leaving us with a sloppy racetrack during the afternoon for Derby Day 136. The day kicked off on the stake side with the Grade 3 8 bells for 3-year-old fillies at 7.5 furlongs.
In the gate. And they're off in the 8 bells. Decelerator gets a very alert beginning, moves on towards the near side. Hot Dixie Chick is chasing it to the outside vis-a-vis, and also Can't Stop Dancing is up there. The leading 4 have gone clear by 2.5 lengths from Buckle Up Buttercup, who's racing now in a clear 5th position. Then Bell's Shoes. At the back of the pack is Sister Resistor through the first quarter mile in 23 seconds flat. Decelerator has now been passed to her outside by a Hot Dixie Chick. Hot Dixie Chick now has the lead. Vis-a-vis to the outside in second. Decelerator has the rail in a very close third as they dash inside the final half mile. There's now a break of 5 lengths opening up to Can't Stop Dancing, who's now in 4th, but about to be tackled by Buckle Up Buttercup. To the inside, Bell's Shoes and Sister Resistor at the back. 45-1 was the opening half mile. Hot Dixie Chick and Decelerator, these two ahead bob apart. Vis-a-vis is 3 wide. Buckle Up Buttercup begins to close. Bell's Shoes is towards the inside. They come down the lane. Hot Dixie Chick, she's tackled on all sides now. Here comes Buckle Up Buttercup to the grandstand side. To the inside, Decelerator backs away. Vis-a-vis, no more to give. Buckle Up Buttercup and Julien Leperoux have gone clear over Vis-a-vis in second. Hot Dixie Chick, not today. The 55th running of the 8 bells goes to Buckle Up Buttercup, who wins for Eddie Keneally and Julien Leperoux. Vis-a-vis was second. Hot Dixie Chick was third.
Buckle Up Buttercup, kind of an interesting filly, coming in out of an allowance race at Keeneland where she was second behind a filly named Much Rejoicing. That filly is 2 for 2 and pointing to the Acorn next out. This horse comes in, decides to stay going short, 7.5 furlongs, and Buckle Up Buttercup earns her first graded stakes credential, drawing clear by 6 1/4 over Vis-a-Vis, with Hot Dixie Chick back in third. Buckle Up Buttercup is a gray daughter of Najran from Golden Borders by Conquistador Cielo. Bred in Kentucky by Avalon Farm and owned by the breeder, trained by Eddie Keneally and ridden to victory by Julian Leperoux. Buckle Up Buttercup covers the 7 1/2 at 129.49. We'll continue with Derby Day Stakes program with the Churchill Distaff Turf Mile, a grade 3 1 mile, unfortunately run on a rather soggy turf course.
And they're off, and Fantasia broke slowly. They race the 25th Churchill Downs Turf Mile, Grade 2. Tizaquina does not go forward today, and it's the outside that Cure for Sale gets the lead. Moves on now by 2 lengths to Diamond Driller in second. Tizaquina content now to settle to the hedge, racing in third. Hot Cha-Cha is in fourth, having been slowly into stride. Fantasia now in fifth. Miss Keller towards the inside hedge, and Fowler held up at the back of the field through a quarter of 24 4. Down the back stretch they go, and it's Cure for Sale who leads here by a length and a half. Diamond Driller in second. Tizaquina on the inside hedge is in third. A length away, Hot Cha-Cha to the outside, followed by Fantasia racing freely now. Miss Keller's next, and still last is Fowler as they go now towards the final half mile. First half mile, 49 3. Into the far turn they go. Cure for Sale still has the lead. Diamond Driller, though, is poised to pounce in second. Hot Cha-Cha and towards the hedge. That is Tizaquina, who now comes under a ride. Fantasia round the outside now begins to make her move as Miss Keller is ridden along. Fowler tries to pick up from the back of the pack. Heads have turned into the home stretch. Diamond Driller goes for home. Cure for Sale against the hedge is hanging tough. Hot Cha-Cha to the outside, followed by Fantasia with the white blaze. On the wide outside is Fowler. Tizaquina did not go on. Hot Cha-Cha now tackled on the outside by Fowler. Ramon Dominguez and Fowler sweep to the lead, and from last to first, Fowler takes the Churchill Downs Turf Mile. Hot Cha-Cha was second. Miss Keller ran on for third, and in fourth, Fantasia.
Fola getting the victory. A nice effort by this filly to run her recent record to 3 in a row. She won an allowance at Gulfstream, shipped over to Tampa where she took the Hillsborough last time out, and here continues her streak by rallying strongly over Hot Cha-Cha and Miss Keller. Fola is a dark bay or brown 4-year-old daughter of Johannesburg from Humbling by Patientville. Bred in Kentucky by Andover Way, N&P Horse Racing Ventures Limited, owned by G. Patterson, G. Softly, J. Pletcher, W. Patterson, W. Robbins, and Broadbent. Trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Fola covers the mile on the Churchill Downs turf, labeled Yielding, in 138.35. Continuing on Derby Day with stakes racing action, next up the Grade 1 7-furlong Humana Distaff for fillies and mares.
The winners of 48 races between them are in the gate, and they're off for the Humana Distaff. Rated Feisty got a very good beginning and is through the lead in the early stages with Warbling on the inside coming through. Warbling has now taken up the running, Due by Majesty in second, and then in third now Cast His Pride. Rated Feisty is already back to fourth. 5 wide down the backstretch is Free Flying Soul. There's then a break of 3 lengths back to the reigning champion. Informed Decision running the rail, together then with Pretty Prolific. Out wide is Mona Di Moma. No speed at the back of the field from Double Espresso. 22 seconds flat was the opening quarter mile. They have half a mile to go in the 24th Humana Distaff, and against the rail Warbling has the lead. On the outside, Cassidy's Pride lays it down towards the inside. Due by Majesty, still 4 wide is Free Flying Soul. Then ridden along is Rated Feisty. At the moment the grey Informed Decision is struggling to maintain the gallop. She's dropping back through the field. She's in deep water now. A quarter of a mile to go. Warbling has the lead. Free Flying Soul towards the outside. An all-out drive to the inside. Due by Majesty coming on down the centre of the track. Rated Feisty picking up late. Pretty Prolific, and here comes Mona Di Moma. They're well inside the final furlong now. Mike Smith and Free Flying Soul out in front, tackled down the outside by Mona Di Moma. Mona Di Moma, a slender lead over Pretty Prolific. Mona Di Moma wins under Joel Rosario. Mona Di Moma wins the Humana Distaff in a thrilling finish.
Mona de Mama completes the sweep here to pick up her first Grade 1 stakes credential. This is a horse that had won her maiden last summer, had moved up through allowance conditions very nicely, made her dirt debut a winning one by splashing through the mud on the outside to win by 3/4 over Pretty Prolific with informed decision. Finally getting underway really quite late. It was a bit of a belated move for the reigning champ, who has now come a cropper in her first 2 starts this year. But at least she showed a little bit more action, a little bit in the late going. Turning for home, she was still trailing the field. The winner, however, a very nice effort from Mona de Mama, coming in out of a win in the Las Flores last time out. She's now 5 for 11 and looks like a very serious sprinter, having handled the dirt track and the very unpleasant sloppy situation as well quite professionally. Mona de Mama is a daughter of Speightstown from Society Gal by linkage. Her sire, a very high percentage mud sire, so she did figure to like it a little bit. She was bred in Kentucky by Kim and Rodney Nardelli. R.C. Durr and Dr. Michael Spirito, owned by Michael Talla, trained by John Sadler, and ridden to victory by Joel Rosario. Mona de Mama covers the 7 and 122.73. Next up, 3 and up, sprinting 7 furlongs in the Grade 2 Churchill Downs Handicap.
And they're off in the Churchill Downs Stakes. It was a very even beginning. Right up there, Wall Street Wonder in the early running. Attaboy Roy is also there, and a credit from his wide post as they move on to the main track. Warrior's Reward drops out the back of the field last but one. Victory Notion is last of all as Attaboy Roy and Calvin Burrell have gone clear and crossed to the rail. Wall Street Wonder is there in second. A credit in third. The Inside Country Day is in fourth. Amazing Destiny is in fifth. Kensai is in sixth. Ventara out wide is racing in seventh. Musket Man is in eighth. Towards the inside in ninth is Hull as they go into the turn. Munning's taken off the rail but outrun. So too Warrior's Reward. Nothing at the back of the field from Victory Notion. 22 and 1 was the opening quarter. Less than 3 furlongs to go. Attaboy Roy is out in front. A credit now to within a length and a half. Racing in second. Round the outside Kensai in third. Half mile 44 and 3. Top of the lane. Attaboy Roy still out in front and in hand and in command for Calvin Burrell. In second now is a credit. Kensai on the outside in third, and back in fourth Ventana tries to stay on. They're coming in deep stretch now. A furlong to go. Attaboy Roy is out in front. A credit is back in second. Here comes Warrior's Reward, steamrolling down the outside. Attaboy Roy, he needs the line. Warrior's Reward with one last late lunge, not enough. Attaboy Roy wins the Churchill Downs. A first win in the race for Calvin Burrell. Warrior's Reward was back in second. Musket Man with late run. So too Ventana. And from the back of the pack, Victory Notion too late.
Attaboy Roy, and as I was looking at the odds for this race, I was absolutely astounded by some of the things that jumped off the page at me, noticing that Attaboy Roy, who was coming in out of an allowance win at Turf Paradise, was 10 to 1 over horses like Munnings that was 6 to 1. Warrior's Reward 3.5 to 1 after just winning the Carter Handicap very impressively in New York. Musket Man, who was just behind him, was the 5 to 2 favorite. But there were some pretty serious racehorses in here, including Kensai in out of a nice performance at the fairgrounds. It had to have been a lot of love for Calvin Burrell, of course, the king of Churchill Downs of late, certainly, that cost the supporters of Attaboy Roy a really big score. Certainly $22, a very nice mutual, but you had to assume that this horse was getting, that it was Calvin as much as Attaboy Roy that was getting the attention in here. Gets to the front and never looks back. Warrior's Reward launches a rally from well back to finish second. Musket Man, who typically runs a little more close to the pace, did have a little bit of traffic trouble under Ramon Dominguez and ran a solid third. The winner, Attaboy Roy, is a Bay Ridgeling, a son of Tribunal from Irish Toast by Sinistry. Bred in Washington by Patricia J. Murphy and Mr. and Mrs. Frederick Pabst. He is owned by REV Racing, trained by Valerie Lund, and ridden to victory by none other than Calvin Burrell. Attaboy Roy covers the 7 and 122.54. Next up, the Grade 1 Woodford Reserve Turf Classic. Again, older horses going 9 furlongs on a soggy turf course.
They're in the gate. And And they're off in the Woodford Reserve Turf Classic to the inside. Wise River got a very alert beginning and is showing plenty of early speed on this yielding turf. It's Wise River out in front. Now moving a little bit wide is the grey General Quarters, racing in second. And then on the inside, Alcali's in third. Le Breton is on that one's outside, racing in fourth. Pop Tart is in fifth. To the inside, Court Vision is racing in sixth and Blue Street is in seventh. On the inside hedge, Battle of Hastings is racing in eighth as they begin to make the turn, and as they do so, it's Wise River who leads them through the quarter of 25 seconds flat. Wise River is out in front by 3 easy lengths. To on the outside, General Quarters in second, Alcali in third, Le Breton is in fourth, Yates Black Cat is racing in fifth, Court Vision in sixth, then Blue Street in seventh, Battle of Hastings in eighth, Pop Tart is last of the 9 as they go towards halfway in the 24th running of the Woodford Reserve, and out in front it is Calvin Burrell and Wise River now by a length and a half. Racing in second position as they go towards the half mile is Alcali, with Le Breton the inside in third, and in fourth is General Quarters. In fifth position then is Yates Black Cat, followed about 2 lengths away by Court Vision, who's now urged to get a little bit closer. Blue Street is next, they leave the back stretch behind them. Battle of Hastings and Pop Tarts at the back of the field, and round the outside as they make the turn. Now making a move is Alcali to come and try and press Wise River, but Wise River still has the lead and has the hedge as they come for home. It's Wise River with on the outside Alcali towards the wide outside. Here comes Court Vision, and then General Quarters is still there towards the wide outside. Blue Street is coming on. Court Vision a slender lead with General Quarters battling away towards the inside. Le Breton followed by Battle of Hastings, 16 from the wire. General Quarters the far side and neck in front, racing up towards the line. General Quarters has won the Woodford Reserve in a battling finish over Court Vision, Le Breton and Battle of Hastings.
General Quarters scores his first turf victory at just about the right time. Now, this is a pretty nice horse. He obviously was a Grade 1 winner last year, ran in the Derby and the Preakness, went to the sidelines, came back late last year, and has actually had a pretty solid campaign. He's raced 4 times and run second in all 4 of them. Nothing wrong with that at all. He did run off the board in his only try on the grass, but that came very early in his career as a 2-year-old before he developed into a pretty nice racehorse in the early part of his 3-year-old season. General Quarters gets the victory by a game neck over Court Vision, with Le Breton rallying to third. Obviously, it was a little bit of a strangely run race. It was a yielding surface that may have played into some horses' running style and against others, but very nice try by General Quarters, a horse that might be worth keeping your eye on if they keep him on grass. General Quarters is a 4-year-old gray colt, a son of Sky Mesa from Ecology by Unbridled Song. He was bred in Kentucky by Mr. and Mrs. R. David Randall. He's owned by Thomas McCarthy, trained by Thomas McCarthy in a 1-horse operation. It certainly looks like if you're going to have a 1-horse operation, General Quarters is the kind of horse you need to get. He covers the 9 furlongs on the yielding turf course in 153.42. Next up, the 136th running of the Grade 1 Kentucky Derby.
They're in the gate. And they're off in Derby, 136. To the inside, Super Saver got a good beginning, and in the centre comes the grey Conveyance. Conveyance leads them under the Twin Spires with a circuit to go, and on the wide outside, Sydney's Candy is also flashing early speed. It's Conveyance on the inside. Sydney's Candy is racing in second position. Line of David is in third. Discreetly Mine is in fourth. Back in fifth position is Mission Impassable, who was taken off heels. He clipped heels there and lost positions going into the turn. On the inside is Noble's Promise, followed then by Super Saver to the inside rail. On the outside, American Lion, followed then by Devil May Care. Towards the outside next came Jackson Bend. After Jackson Bend is racing on the inside Patio Prado, then Dean's Kitten, Back Talk, Homeboy Chris towards the outside, Dublin, Awesome Act towards the rear of the field, together with Stately Victor. Looking at Lucky, only has 2 behind as they go towards halfway. Icebox is last but one. Outrun at the back of the field is Make Music For Me, the half mile. mile, 46 seconds flat in the Derby. They go towards the final half mile, and on the sharp end it is still Conveyance who leads the way. To Sydney's Candy to the outside, racing in second. He's only a length away now. Noble's Promise is in third. Super Saver is in fourth. Districtly Mine is in fifth. Devil May Care is in sixth. Towards the outside, American Line is in seventh. Patio Prado is making ground on the inside in eighth. Dublin making ground round the outside in ninth, together with Jackson's Bend. Then Mission Impassable. Back Talk is staying on. Looking at Lucky is next in the field as the Derby field make the turn for home. Noble's Promise has the lead in the Derby. Super Savers towards the inside. Staying on is Devil May Care. She is now in third. Patio Prado is staying on. Dublin, and Looking at Lucky is weaving his way through. Racing now inside the final furlong. It's Calvin Burrell and Super Saver in front. To in second, Patio Prado. Down the outside, Icebox is flashing home. Racing up to the line. Super Saver wins the Derby for Todd Pletcher and for Calvin Burrell. Burrell's third win in the Kentucky Derby. It was Super Saver who held them all at bay and took Kentucky Derby 136.
And in the end, it was Super Saver and Calvin Burrell kicking clear by 2 1/4 lengths. That was Icebox making a huge belated run to finish second and neck in front of Patio Prado, who I thought ran a very enterprising race. In fact, Patio Prado kind of slipping up the fence right behind Super Saver into position, but was not able to keep up with that one when the running got done turning for home. And Super Saver scores the victory, the first Kentucky Derby win for Todd Pletcher. Of course, it's been a long time coming, but I think it's fair to say that in spite of the fact that they did lose Escandrea about a week or so ago, that this looked like his best chance to score the Classic victory, and certainly looked, especially in a wide open race like this, to be a very legitimate campaigner off a good second in the Arkansas Derby. And I think it's worth noting that the Arkansas Derby has now produced yet another Classic winner, and it is certainly good that they have finally had that Grade 1 status reinstated, because over the course of the last decade, the Arkansas Derby has turned out to be a very productive race in terms of American Classic performances. Super Saver and Calvin Burrell, interestingly enough, coming back after the race relatively clean. This was a sloppy racetrack. Most of the horses returning were very, very muddy. Super Saver was down inside, and it really is a testament to how clear he was able to get a path on the rail. Of course, on the off-going, a lot of the riders like to stay up on the crown of the track. Not Calvin Burrell. He's brave enough to stay down on the fence, and he did every step of the way. And for the second consecutive year, Calvin Burrell shoots the fence and scores one of the biggest and most difficult races of the year to win. I would say arguably the most difficult race to win in the United States. Calvin Burrell and Todd Pletcher teaming up to score. The winner of Super Saver is a 3-year-old bay son of Maria's Mon from Supercharger by AP Indy. Bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm, owned by the breeder and trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by Calvin Burrell. Super Saver covers the 1 1/4 miles in Derby 136 and 204.45. That'll wrap up a busy edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you for joining us. We hope you'll be able to join us again next week as we take a look at stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.